Hello everybody and welcome to this call. Thanks for joining me on this preview event. Today we're talking about true nature and purpose, coming from our inner power to what is our true nature and purpose. We're then going to do a process. We'll do a Superconscious Recode and remove resistance to taking action on our true nature and purpose. Before we do that, I'll take you through a slideshow, give you a whole lot of conscious education of how this work is so different from everything else, and how powerful it is to be on the journey of creating. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing today? Great to have you on the call. So what is our journey as a true nature and purpose? Well, really, what does that mean? And just from my opinion, I used to always sort of dibble and dab into what my true purpose was. And I always knew I wanted to serve and help others. But because I had a sabotaging belief I don't belong, it was really, really hard to actually give myself any worthiness or gratitude towards being able to create or do that, take the action around it. Because I felt that the rejection or the judgment would be too much, and I'd simply get more of my dysfunction of the don't belong and then be right put off and embarrassed. So when I was actually trying to create to help and serve others through the many businesses that I've had and other stuff that I've done, I'd get the anxiety and sweats and get all nervous and just get stuff in the way from actually taking action. And I'd even get to the point that if I carried on taking that action, I'd actually almost have like a stutter, get a lot of my words confused, I'd invent new words, I'd do everything I could unconsciously to stop me from being a coach or being that person that can help and serve others. And it was really, really bizarre because I noticed going through this work and removing the emotions and feelings of the past memories, I was able just to step in and do that work, which was just so cool. And now that I'm on my own true nature and purpose, and I love it with all my heart, it's so cool because this is my journey. This is what I just love doing. And I'm just so grateful that you're here. And for those that are here now and coming through and watching the recording, thank you so much for being here, because without you guys and my clients, I just simply could not be in this work. So thank you so much. So true nature and purpose, what does that mean? Our dharma, our purpose, our life, the reason why we're here. What exactly is that? Just have a think a little bit about it and just ask yourself, if you're not on your true nature and purpose, which is living in alignment with your fullest expression, then what are you doing? What actions are you taking to create whatever you think is your true nature and purpose? Just have a think about that little, and just make sure it's fully aligned just because you love it and for no other reason. When you're doing what you love, it's very, very simple. Sure, you'll have challenges and there'll be stuff along the way, because that's what grows us. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? Great to have you on the call. Thank you for joining. So true nature and purpose. So if we're taking those actions on our true nature and purpose, what exactly does that mean? Are we doing it just because we love it, or are we doing it to resolve an issue or a problem or a sabotaging belief? It's a great question, because it's so easy to get sidetracked and taken away from what we love to create because of other people's interference, awareness around what they may be thinking or their judgments, etc. So true nature and purpose, living in your fullest expression, being a teacher, a book writer, writing those beautiful books, maybe a musician or an artist, whatever it may be to you. Today we're going to go through some slides, and I'll start that shortly, and I'll just take you a little bit on my journey. And for those watching the recording, make sure you get a pen and paper. And for those that are here, you better focus on exactly what your true nature and purpose is and allowing it to come through. So we'll do some slides, show my journey, and then we'll jump into doing a process around that and a recode, removing the resistance, any judgments and fears around taking action on your true nature and purpose. So I just want everybody to step into for a second, what is their true nature and purpose? Just close your eyes and step into what is most important to you. And I want you to notice what's around you. I want you to notice how beautiful that it feels. I want you to notice where you are. Who are you with? And just notice this beautifulness of creating what it is your true nature and purpose. And if nothing's coming through for those watching the recording, etc., that's okay. Just allow. We can do a process shortly to increase it. We have meditations and that to give you full support on that. but just allow the feelings to come around of this true nature and purpose. How does it feel? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel loving? Does it just feel like fun? And when we step into that beautiful funness, that's where our true nature and purpose is. Now, true nature and purpose can be a beautiful end result, or it can be a process. But just notice exactly what you're creating. You may create that, have it finished, and now be on more of achievement of your true nature and purpose. What's the next step? Experience that. Just notice the beautiful surroundings around you. See it, feel it, smell it. Having loved ones or children or partners around you, creating it, or you may be on your own, whatever it may be for you. And then open up your eyes. And just notice how beautiful it is to be on your true nature and purpose, how cool that is. So let's jump into a bit of a slideshow. So this is a preview event today where we just basically give a bit of education around how the superconscious works, my story, and then we do the process. So let's just share the screen with these beautiful slides that my wifey helped me make, which is just awesome. Thank you, Kirst. Love you heaps. And let's get this going. So creating from your inner power, you are not broken. Now, we are not broken. Society believes us and teaches us that we are broken and we must go fix ourselves through therapy or books or whatever it may be. And it's simply just not the case. Because I know that in my example, when I was always trying to fix myself until I came across this work, I was always looking for the next thing. I was always wondering what was wrong with me, if these feelings and emotions, it was holding me back from taking the action to be a creation coach, which is what I'm doing now. And it took me 47 years to figure it out. So it took me a while. So we are here to help others, to serve others, to basically make sure that you can do it in a lot less time. Or if you haven't got on that journey yet, then let's get on that journey now. Remove the emotions and feelings off those memories so you can take action on your true nature and purpose. So my goal is to show you by removing resistance with the Superconscious Recode and working from the right structure, you can become a powerful superconscious creator and live a life that you love. Today's session is for you if you want to be a 6 or 7 figure influencer, impact millions, a public speaker, create content for your business, better health, more energy, stronger relationships, more wealth, no debt, less discomfort and frustration, more confidence, and the freedom to be, do, and have anything that you choose. I appreciate you being here, and I'll guarantee you today I will not waste your time. I'll give you actionable steps if you'd like to do more of this work. And I will stay around and answer questions at the end for as long as you want to, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So to get the most out of this training, just turn off your phone, be present, take loads of notes, take action, and just focus on the end result, that true nature and purpose, and just play full out. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So where were we? So yes, so what you'll cover today. And because of this program, I've been able to be grateful enough and capable enough and have the belonging enough to create my own coaching company, build a successful global business. I have clients from all around the world, feature in podcasts and host a live virtual event, which was pretty cool with some of my partnership clients. I've become one of over 700 certified coaches teaching this method and live a life of freedom to do what matters, my true nature and purpose. So here's me on the live event. I did a live event here with doing a recode on stage, which obviously prior to doing all this work and being stuck in my dysfunction, this would have given me massive anxiety. Doing that event was a lot of fun. It was easy and I simply just breezed through it. So it's very, very powerful. When we do these recodes and remove the resistance, taking action, when we actually take the action, it's very, very simple, which I just love. And there's my beautiful family and kids, Arabella and Noah, my lovely wife, Kirst, who was the backbone of my success. But it wasn't always this way. In 2020, I was a husband and father, which is losing interest in the personal development business that we owned. And I wanted to help people that were struggling getting past my own feelings of not being good enough and the big one, not belonging. And I really wanted to be able to help others because I felt that if I could figure out what was in my way and I could remove that and learn by it, and I could serve others so then they can have what they want. And that's just what I love about this work, is we're actually able to create it for others. I created my own healing and transformation program. I studied and learned many different modalities. I enrolled in many different coaching programs, seminars. I did so much stuff over a period of 3 years of studying that it really blew me away. It really got me stuck in that beautiful end result of creating it, a coaching program for others to just to love watching their transformation. So when I came across Chris Duncan, an ad on Facebook, I obviously went along to that, the Superconscious Recode, found about this work, and it completely changed my life. I got certified, spent $20,000 getting certified, and it completely changed my life, and a revolutionary, one-of-a-kind process based around 20 to 30 years of neuroscience. It was very, very, very cool. I started my coaching business, Transform Your Life. The was created, launched my website. It's my first live event, created my own programs. I've got a masterclass one-on-one coaching. I've also created the content with video ease, become a powerful speaker, all sorts of cool stuff. And a lot of those programs here are available through the website online. And you can simply go to the 5-day, like the removing resistance taking video content, which I was really stuck on, because having this sabotaging belief of don't belong, you can't judge others, and you hate being judged. So that's why it was a struggle for me to get in front of a camera and do exactly what I'm doing now, let alone record it, which is even more of a resistance, because people can go, your unconscious knows they can go through it and watch it and watch it. So I created those programs online out of everything that I learned on my journey to remove the resistance. So I was able to do it. So yeah, very, very cool. And I'm super blessed I'm able to do that, because I love this work and I just love having fun around it. Here's been some of our great results. Here's Charlie. Charlie was suffering from heart palpitations. He's having up to 20 or 30 per day. And we were able to remove all the emotions and feelings around past memories that was creating that. He also had trouble with anxiety, public speaking, talking in front of people, and would go into a room or restaurant around, especially with strangers, and get the sweats and feeling uncomfortable. So we're able to remove all that. And he worked with me for about 3 months. And then after that, he was able to do a speech in front of all his family and friends, which is really, really cool. He's now out there creating online, doing videos, doing his online business stuff, and creating awesome results. So proud of you, Charlie. And Renee was also wanting to do public speech. She wanted to do videos and bits and pieces, and she had the throat chakra was quite blocked. And as it says here, there was a memory from a younger her that was stopping her from creating her success. So well done, Renee. So the 6 sabotaging beliefs. There's more testimonies on my website if you want to go and have a look. There's plenty there. So I'm not good enough. So if you're not good enough, you always want to prove that you are good enough. So you'll be taking massive, massive action continuously. Now, these 6 sabotaging beliefs are the 6 main one. There is some more, but these are the 6 main one that we can quite easily identify. So just have a read through that and just notice which ones are relevant to you. Which ones do you resonate with, saying, yeah, I definitely feel like I'm not good enough, not worthy, don't belong, not perfect, not capable, insignificant, when it comes to your true nature and purpose. Just really notice that. So I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. You're always trying to do more. You're always trying to do things to make yourself feel like you're worthy. The don't belong, you're always trying to create communities, businesses, groups of people so you can step into it to have that belonging. I'm not perfect. You'll find that everything in your environment has got to be perfect so you can actually be in that environment to feel like you are perfect. You might have a perfect house that's completely tidy. Someone comes in and puts a jacket down or makes a cup of coffee, and after they're finished, you'll put the coffee in the dishwasher, you hang the jacket back up and just walk in there. I think we've all done it. We've all been in a house and it's just simply immaculate. I'm not capable. That's a very powerful one as well, quite common. We're always trying to do more. So we might start a new program and log into it, do a week and then stop, then buy another program, log into it, might not start at all, then buy another program. Because we're always trying to create something or take energy around something to have capacity, to have the feeling of being capable that you can do it. But the thing is, when you start taking the action, the sabotaging belief knocks in there and gives you the feelings, emotions around not being capable. And also, I'm insignificant. Insignificant. That can quite often be from a second or third child, when they just don't get the attention from mum and dad, they just feel insignificant. And it can also be too if you have a, possibly a child in the family that's got a disability that gets all the attention because they need it. The other children can sometimes take a belief on that they're insignificant. 4 orientational choices. Now, these are 4 orientational choices that we work on in this work. Now, these are being all the time. You are being these continuously all the way through your life. And if you do this, you'll have a very great life, a very comfortable life, a very easy life, and a life of fulfillment. So I choose a life I love. And that's just loving every moment, just choosing it, just choosing a life I love. and really stepping the end result, what that means to you. Having health and vitality, being healthy, having the energy to exercise, eat the right foods, whatever it may be to you, and just gaining control of your body. I choose to live my true nature and purpose, which is what we're covering today. My true nature and purpose, being in alignment with your fullest expression. And I choose to be the predominant creative force, which is taking the action. Who are you being to take the action around what you love, just because you love it, for no other reason? And it's so important when we're taking the action, all four of these, that the action is just because we love it. If we don't love it, it's going to be a very, very hard creation. And that's what these four are based around, as a very easy way to create a life that you love. We also have true choices in this work as well, which we'll come to shortly. Now, the journey to superconscious living. Now, this, as we're born, we're actually born as a pure creative spirit. Now, all the sabotaging beliefs and everything we take on from a child, we're not born with them. We may have some passed down memories from mum and dad and grandparents and the rest of it to keep us a generation alive and survival. But generally, all the sabotaging beliefs that we take them on in the first 0 to 5 years, to 7 years before our consciousness is developed. Now, there could be simple things like we're 18 months old or 12 months old and mum drops us off at daycare because she has to go back to work. Now, we might put up a sabotaging belief that we're just not good enough. Otherwise, why would mummy leave me here? Or I'm not worthy. Why did dad just drop me off here? Or mum drop me off here? Now, it's different for all children because we're all different spiritual beings, but these are sabotaging beliefs that we can take on as a child that we don't even know that we're taking it on. And how powerful is that to actually know you might be, as an 18-month-year-old, taking on a belief that you're not good enough, so you spend the rest of your life trying to be good enough and take actions around that, to proving yourself to others to being good enough. It may very well be that, you know, you're a 4-year-old and you fall off your bike or you have an accident, traumatic experience, and you just can't have the confidence because you're not getting it from the family to give it another go. So you might always put up a belief that you're not capable because there's just no support there. So as a child, the first, and there's a lot of scientific evidence around that, but the first 7 years of a life of a child is the most important. It's when they learn the most. And the great shamans around the world state that if we give a child to a parent for the first 7 years, you'll teach them everything that they need to be in their personality, on their movement forward in their journey. Now, the beautiful thing about that, as parents, all those beautiful parents listening, if we've got it wrong, we've got some stuff in there that's a bit dysfunctional, we can use the superconscious when these children are adults to actually remove the emotions and feelings that's not serving them, which is really, really cool. And I've certainly experienced that with teenagers and young adults. Cool. So we become an individual with a limited perspective. We limit ourselves based on, as a child, we're told if you want to have this, you've got to do that. And we limit ourselves because we don't come up with the belief you can just have it. We orientate the world through this limitation. And we create a life to try and solve something. We're always trying to solve something. It'll be good for mum so we can have what we want, but then I'll be a good person. So we take on these sabotaging beliefs. And this beautiful work here, which you're going to experience today, as I see, you can see in the middle there at 6 o'clock, we've got the shift. We connect to our superconscious. We put a line in the sand and say, no more. We're going to choose what we want. We're going to step into that end result. And then we're going to see what it's like now. Remove the resistance to taking that action. And then 6, 7, 8, and 9 is all about taking that action and becoming back to your pure creative spirit of just having it all. So here we have the 5 steps. Choose a true goal. Create the structural tension. Get into that beautiful emotional end result. Unplug and recode, which I'll take you through that. And then take aligned action. So I can just stop sharing there. So who's enjoying it so far? Just throw it in the chat. Your comments would be fantastic. Let me know if you have any questions. And we can start on my beautiful whiteboard paperboard. Great. Oh, you're enjoying it? Oh, that's excellent. Cool. Sweet. If you've got any questions, just throw them in the chat because it's those of you on the call that have experience, that's fantastic. I'm more than happy to answer questions now and at the end if you have any. because it's such a beautiful modality, and it does take a while, as we all know, to actually get your head around the process of actually having it, knowing that we can have it and being that an end result. So if we look at the process here of our current reality and our desired reality, if we say, for example, want more business, money, or health, as an example, we want to start that online business, we want to have the health, we want to have love, we want to have the money. If we want that and we don't have it now, that means that's more than what we have now. If that's more than what we have now, then our current reality must be less. So we might have scarcity. We might have a job that we don't fully like. We might be unwell. We might be broke. Whatever it may be. When we're in our current reality and we want to go for our desired reality, this is when the resistance will pop up. We will experience resistance going for our desired reality only from our current identity, because it doesn't know if we're going to survive or live being in our desired reality. That's all it is. Because when we're going for desired reality to have more money, we have to create a new identity around that. Now, the thing with our current identity and our current state is it doesn't like change. So what it will do is, as you're going for this desired reality to create more of what you love, it'll throw resistance up unconsciously, emotions and feelings from past memories when you possibly experienced something along this because it doesn't understand it, to stop you taking that action. Can you see that? Can you see that when we're going for something we don't have now, naturally our unconscious is going to throw up resistance to stop us taking the action? Not because it doesn't want us to have that, it's because it doesn't understand if it will live or not, if it will survive. Because our unconscious is all about survival. So we have our conscious here and our unconscious, or subconscious, whatever you want to call it. It's all about survival, keeping things the same, keeping you safe. Because its job as a species, for us humans, is to keep us safe, keep us for as long as what we possibly can, for a quantity, long period of life. That's the unconscious's job. Now, conscious is all about thought. It's all about our ego. It's all about what we think. So when we're going for this resistance in here, going for this desired reality, and the resistance comes in here, it'll just put it into our field. And it could be the self-sabotaging belief we just talked about. It could be fear-based. It could be judgment from others. It could be the fear around success or failure. It'll throw all the resistance up into our field because it doesn't want us to experience the pain of rejection or whatever it may be in our desired reality. Now, what we do in this work is the current identity, which is putting up this resistance. When we do the Superconscious Recode shortly and we remove this resistance, we can simply go to this new identity with ease. We step into it and become it. So the identities actually merge together. The old one dies and the new one's created, and then they become one. And once we have that, and that does take 3 to 6 months in this work, it's not an overnight thing, because we must take action for at least 4 to 6 weeks on what we want to create. And then once we've created it in our true choices, then we move on to the next thing and then the next thing. But we have to keep taking action here to teach our new identity that it's safe. And that's the big process. That's why this work does take 3 to 6 months. It took me 6 months to fully remove all this and be in my desired reality. And it may take 12 months for some of us, depending how much work we put into it each week. But the beautiful thing is you will have results straight away. Every time you do a process, you get results. You remove more of this resistance so you can take the action on your desired reality. And that's key. If we don't take that action to create a desired reality, then we'll simply get more of our current reality, because the unconscious will still be stuck here, because it will believe that you don't seriously want this. So it's so important that when we do the after recodes, we write down the actions to take. And this beautiful work, as a lot of you know, we have lenses, which is a very, very powerful process. We can write down exactly what we want to create each day. It shows us what's in the way. Very, very cool. We have our lenses, And that enables us to stay on that action journey, taking those actions. So, who here, I might change colours actually, who here has gone for something they love? Oh, same colour, look, different cap, that's all right. Anyways, gone for what they love, had resistance, come down here and done a program or read a book or went to a counsellor or did some therapy, whatever it may be, to try and fix themselves so they can have more of what they want. Just throw a yes in the chat. Me, yes, excellent, awesome. Great, yes, because that was certainly me as well. So we can see that society teaches us that we must try and fix ourselves. Now, if we're on the journey of trying to fix ourselves, we might do that program, therapy, read a book. We will get some wins. Consciously, we'll get some thought processes and some wins in our current reality. We'll feel better about it in our current reality, but we're still not creating what we love. So we might do that program, feel a bit better, then we'll come up here, and then we'll go for it again. We'll go for through our current reality to a desired reality, and the resistance will pop up here again. So we'll come down here and read another book, do some more therapy, do another program, do some counselling, whatever, and then we'll come up and then we'll go for it again. And we're just on this vicious cycle. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the slides, me and Kirsten had a personal development business online, and we had some great success. It was up and down. We had some great success with it, and so did our team. But we noticed in that particular business, the structure was they were always trying to do more of fixing yourself. And so they believed somehow you're just going to pop out here and have what you want. And it's just not true. It's impossible. And what I've found through all the coaching programs I've been on, I've been through some of the relays and the content, a lot of stuff that I've done. If a modality is not telling you and teaching you and guiding you to be in your desired reality, then it's dysfunctional. You see that? Everything we must do must be focused on taking action in what we love, our desired reality. And today's call about the true purpose. If we're not doing that, we're in dysfunction. We're going around the chocolate wheel, having more of what we don't want. We'll sure get some wins, but we're still not having what we love. Absolutely, Tony. Yes, see it to be in this end result. Just take the action around it. And that's where the fun is. That's where we can have all the beautiful funness to creating anything that we love, just because we love it. So we have our third consciousness. Now, our superconscious is not also something we're taught about in mainstream or government or school system, etc. Society doesn't teach us much about the superconscious, but for us to even understand all of this, to live, to eat, to know what to do, to have friends with, to fall in love, to have expressions, have feelings, there has to be information. Otherwise, we'd all look the same, we'd all be the same, we'd all talk the same, and what a boring world that would be. Imagine if we're all bald and blue-eyed. So we have our third consciousness called the superconscious. This is our field of information, and this is what holds us together. It's our genius. It's our inner power. It's our intuition. It's our field of information passed down what we look like from our parents. It's all the information of who we are. Now, when we have all this resistance from past memories as a child, from the age of, say, 2-year-old, not good enough, being dropped off at kindy, putting up that belief, the superconscious actually installs it in the unconscious, goes in there, creates that memory to stop you feeling more pain, because the unconscious is all about feeling of the future. So in this beautiful work, we use the superconscious to go in there and then remove it. So the superconscious goes into the unconscious and then removes the feelings and emotions of the memory, but leaves the memory, so then it becomes wisdom. And how that works is we simply have our neurons here, we have the emotion and feeling attached to the memory. When we do the recode, we're simply disconnecting, and the emotion and feeling leaves our body. And this is so powerful. When it leaves our body, we might get some twitches or a feeling of energy, feeling a rush of something. It leaves our body, and then it becomes wisdom, and it serves us. So when we think about the past memory, we have wisdom around it. We'll still remember it all. If we're bullied at school, You know, prior to doing this work, we might think of that bully and get triggered or get fight or flight or see someone that looks like them and run the other way or get into anxiety or whatever it may be. Body sweats is a common one. Whatever it may be. And then once we get into that, we want to just get away from the situation. When we do the recode, say around being bullied, we simply might look at that person and go, well, I hope they've changed and they've become a better person and they're no longer bullying people. I hope they're out there having a life that they love. And you might even, I had this one case for me, I banged into a guy, and it was such a different experience having that conversation around wisdom rather than the pain from the memory. Because everything we take on memory-wise in the past is not true. It's not true now, it's all in the past. You can't take it out and hand it to anybody. You can talk about it, but it's all in the past. It's just memories. And everything here is based around just memories of the past. It's not true. We must focus on the future, focus on what we want to create, take the action around it, and just enjoy it just because we love it. Awesome, excellent. Who here would like to do a Superconscious Recode? Throw a 1 in the chat if you'd like to. We can certainly go through that process. Going on there. Oh, back. Hey, technical test today. So we're going to do a Superconscious Recode around our true nature and purpose. At the beginning, we stepped into what that was, and for those who've jumped the call since, our true nature and purpose. I just want everybody to close their eyes again. I'll write down my true nature and purpose. Close your eyes and step into that end result. Step into the end result of just being your true nature and purpose. Being in alignment with your fullest expression. Why are you here? What's your purpose? Notice where you are. Notice what you're doing. Just notice that you're allowed to have anything you choose. Sports person, artist, musician, serving others, just being that creator just because you love it and for no other reason. And what I want you to do is notice who's around you. You may be on your own. Notice what you're doing. Notice what's around you. And times that beautiful feeling emotion by 10. Just notice all the testimonials or the artwork or the music or the serving others, whatever it may be. Just notice it all. The family, the friends, the travel. Your true nature and purpose. And it's so much fun. Put a beautiful smile on your face and step into the enjoyment of knowing that you're creating your true nature and purpose. You've found it. Time and money is not a problem, and you're in your true nature and purpose. And just notice what that's like. Times with the feelings and emotions by 100. Max them out. Times it by 200. Go the step further. Beautiful. And then open up your eyes. So that's our desired reality. Now, if we're having our desired reality, what we just stepped into, our true nature and purpose, that's our number one. We're taking the action, we're creating it, we're in it, we're being it before we see it. And we're just in that beautiful desired reality. That's our number one. Now, if we're not having that desired reality, and in our current reality, and we're wanting to create it, wanting to take the first steps, or we're halfway through it or whatever, but if we don't have it, it's very hard to take the action, then it's a 10. It's just, I just can't take any action. I'm stuck. Now, we have stuck here, obviously, which you would be a 10. And on number one, we have flowing. I'm taking the action, things are flowing, things are coming together, and I'm just loving it. Or you may be in the middle, where you are isolating. Now, isolating is like a rocking chair. So we're going forward and then back. Forward, having some success. Oh, no, I'm not too sure. That's really what I want to do. Oh, yes, I do love it. Yeah, I had some rejection. I'll get my website going, whichever it may be. So where are we? on that diagram. Are you a 1 or are you a 10? So if you just want to put those numbers in the chat for me, that would be fantastic. And you can just let me know exactly what number you are. I've got a 6, that's awesome. 6. And that's great too, because a 6 means you're in the middle, which is great. So you're not stuck and you're not flowing yet, but you're on that journey, which is so cool. Lovely. Number 9. Excellent. Thank you. So let's do the Superconscious Recode, and let's just think a little bit about removing what's in the way. So just like everybody, just before we do, is to close their eyes and now step into your current reality and allow intuitively come through what's in the way. So step into your current reality. What's it like now? We're isolating. What's it like now looking down the road at your desired reality? Looking down there at what you want to create. Looking at that beautiful desired reality. And I want you to notice what emotions and feelings are in the way for you to create that, to have your desired reality. What sabotaging beliefs are in the way? Are you good enough? Are you capable? Do you belong? Are you insignificant? Are you perfect enough? What's in the way? Do you have a not worthy that's just stopping you taking the action? What fears are in the way? The fear of failure. What will the family think? What will the friends think? The fear of success. What if I become successful? What do I do? What's my next steps? What if I lose it all? Is there any judgment and rejection? What comes up? Any guilt, blame? What comes up? It's in the way, and just notice it. And then when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. And we can now notice what resistance is there. So if you want to have a quick glass of water, you can do, and let's do the recode. And if you want to as well, if you've got pen and paper, just write down the resistance as to what was in the way. It's really good for us to consciously actually see the resistance that's in our way from taking action, so we know exactly what to work on. All right, so have a glass of water. If you've done so, you're ready to go. That's fantastic. Make sure you're centered, arms and your legs aren't crossed. And let's do the recode. So just remember that no parts of you die. Nothing whatsoever. All we're doing is removing emotions and feelings off memories, and the memory becomes wisdom. It's very important for your unconscious to understand that. So just close your eyes and step into that desired reality, your true nature and purpose, whatever it is for you. Just notice it all. Times it by 100 again. Putting this beautiful smile on your face, knowing that you're on your true nature and purpose. You're creating it, you're achieving it, you're in it. And just notice how beautiful it is. And then just say it out loud. You give me permission to access your superconscious. When I access your superconscious and your field, I simply use my intuition to get information, and then I ask a whole lot of questions to remove what's in the way. Excellent. If those have done plenty of this work before, you can just will it in your heart. Just going to use that metaphor of a sports field. We're simply at one end of the field and wanting to go for what we want, going for that goal at the other end, which is our desired reality. And all of a sudden, a whole lot of gophers have dug holes in this field and made mounds of dirt. And that's making it quite hard for us to get to our goal because the dirt and the holes are in the way. When we do this recode, all we're simply doing is filling back in those holes and smoothing them over with a feather. So we can have that beautiful sports field and simply just go for our goal and just be it and win it and be in that true end result. That's it. Beautiful. Superconscious, please treat all masculine and feminine beliefs, please. Treat in the perfect way, in the perfect order, and do a massive change history. And just really focus on that desired reality, pulling the mind back, pulling it back and focusing on that desired reality, choosing my true nature and purpose, whatever it is for you. Really step into that. Superconscious, you can see this beautiful choice we've chosen today. Can you please create a perfect treatment plan? Thank you. And just like going down a river in a boat, there's a whole lot of boulders and rocks in our way. That is our resistance. Superconscious, please today remove all boulders and rocks from that river so the water can just flow with ease. And if not, feel free just to break the rocks in half or take us out. Anything that you see fit. And all resistance, please, and part personalities. Thank you. Superconscious, please remove all sabotaging beliefs. Not good enough. Not capable. Not worthy. Insignificant. Not perfect. Don't belong. Please remove all resistance in the perfect way, the perfect order, and do a massive change history. Beautiful. Superconscious, can you please treat all body systems? Please treat all chakras, lower chakras, sacral chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, upper chakras. Please treat all resistance and chakras, treat it the perfect way in the perfect order, and do a massive change history. Superconscious, please treat all other body systems, blood flow, muscle groups, neck, shoulders, knees, hips, body organs. Please treat all body systems, please, to any resistance to this true choice we're choosing today, and do a massive change history. Thank you. Please treat all past events, current events, all emotions too, please, past, present, and future. All family history passed down generations, 9 generations on my father's side and 8 on my mother's side, please. Treat it all in the perfect way, in the perfect order, and do a massive change history. I choose my true nature and purpose. Get all the beautiful feeling around that. Step into knowing that you're allowed it. Superconscious, please treat any belief that you're not allowed to be your true nature and purpose, please. Please treat all resistance to that little girl as a child when you're ridiculed for having what you thought you could have. Please treat all the guilt. Please treat all blame. And do a massive change history. Thank you. Please treat the color green and all past memories of resistance, please. And the number 3. Please treat it and do a massive change history. Thank you. So it's just easy. I am my true nature and purpose. I love it. I'm allowed it. It's easy for me. I am my true nature and purpose. It's easy for me. Please treat anything on that sentence procedure that's not correct and treat it so it is correct, please. And thank you, Superconscious. Superconscious, please treat all alignment with desire, definitions, and do a massive change history, please. Superconscious, on that true nature and purpose, for some of you there's a process of in your field of a few things that you're creating at once, which is beautiful. Can you please treat all beliefs off each one, please? And then we'll do part personalities second, please. Please treat all the beliefs not capable, not good enough on each journey segment, please. And do a massive change history. Thank you. Please treat all part personalities, the protector, controller, the inner child, the hurt, the disbelief. Please treat it all in the perfect way, in the perfect order, and do a massive change history. And please treat any resistance around all part personalities working together for the same thing, just because they love it. All part personalities want to be creating the true nature and purpose just as we are. Sometimes we can have two-part personalities. One wants to sit on the couch and watch TV and eat popcorn. The other one wants to go to the gym and work out. There's no right or wrong in either. They both can be fun. But just please allow them both to be able to take action and work together as one. Thank you. And what I'd like you to do now is just to create a ball of energy just above your head, the size of a golf ball or an apple or a soccer ball, whatever it is for you. Create this circular ball of energy a couple of inches above your head. And as you're sitting centered, I'd like you to imagine there's a ruler, a straight, perfect line, a ruler going from that ball of energy straight down your back to the bottom of your tailbone, your bottom chakra, please, and align up all chakras, please. Thank you. This is a completely natural process, Superconscious. Yes. Completely natural. And now what I'd like you to do is that ball of energy just above your head. You may find your body moving a little bit as it lines up to that beautiful straight line, that ruler. Just allow it to step in naturally into that perfect line. I want you to send a beam of energy from that ball above your head straight up through the ceiling of the house or whatever you're in, out through the clouds, out into the stars, past the stars, past the sun, through the galaxies, and all centered into the beautiful bright white light. Just notice this beautiful white glow that's continuous, it's infinity, it's forever, and you're plugging into it, and this beautiful white light is now coming down that beam all the way down to the ball above your head, filling up the ball with white energy. And just allow that white energy to pour into that ball above your head. That's it, filling up the whole ball. This beautiful white energy is love and gratitude for all things, of peace and joy. And now what I'd like you to do is to have that ball, that beam of energy go from that ball now down and activating the top of your head. That white energy is now pouring into the top of your head from the ball. And just allow that white energy to flow down through your body, down through your head, shoulders, arms, body, hands, fingers, down through your legs, knees, ankles, toes, and this beautiful wave of energy going out through the bottom of your body. Now creating another wave of energy, starting at the top, going from the top of the head down through the body. That's it. Head, shoulders, body, arms, hands, down through the body, legs, knees, ankles, out through your toes. Beautiful wave of energy. And as this wave of energy is going through your body, it's healing and clearing out anything that's not serving you. Activating all your chakras, please, Superconscious. Removing any energy that's not serving, please. Beautiful. And now we're having another beautiful wave of energy coming down through the body. And in this beautiful wave of energy are the colors green and blue and red. Just coming down through your body, activating chakras, clearing out all energy that doesn't serve us, down through the body, out through the knees, and out down through the feet. And just allow these beautiful colors of energy to come back up from the feet, and a circular motion come back down through the top of your head, creating a complete circle on your left side and your right side. So Superconscious, as these beautiful colors come through our chakras, please remove all resistance It's to being our true nature and purpose, please. Treating the perfect way in the perfect order and do a massive change history. Good. And as this process is flowing and going through conscious, also please treat all broken agreements and promises from the past too, please. The massive change history and allowing that energy just to keep flowing. Also treating any secondary intentions or gains, judgments to massive change history. Thank you. Beautiful. And as the beautiful colors are going through our body, just notice the orange, the yellow, going down and cleansing all chakras, removing everything that doesn't serve us. Beautiful. And being fulfilled and supported from the beautiful white energy from source or heaven, galaxy, universe, whatever you want to call it, pouring down to that ball, totally supporting our whole body. And for those that are here on the call or watching the recording, if you're not 100% sure what your true purpose is, your true nature and purpose, allow yourself to go out of your body, leaving your body wherever it is in the chair, and go up that beam of energy. Go up the beam of energy into the ball and then up the beam of energy above that ball and become that beam of energy, that white energy, and just ask yourself, if time and money wasn't a problem, what would I be doing? And just allow that information to come through. Superconscious, please treat any resistance to this request, please, intuitively. Do a massive change history. Thank you. Just allow that information to come through from your intuition, from your source, from your genius, from your true self. Allow it to all pour through. My true nature and purpose, just because I love it. Beautiful. And now what I'd like you to do is just to notice where you're sitting, staying out of your body as your superconscious. I'd like you to go now down your timeline. I want you to go all the way down to the very first event where you put a limitation on your true nature and purpose. You don't have to remember exactly where that event is, you just have to know that it's there. And allow your superconscious to do the rest. That very first event, please. And when you've found that event, just go 6 months before and then notice the feeling's no longer there to make sure you have the very first event, please, as that young child. That's it. And now noticing this event, I'd like you to create a new event just before it, a new event with no limitation, a more positive, a happy event. I'd like you to push it down into your timeline. And as you're pushing it down in your timeline, I'd like you to take a big breath in the nose and out the mouth. And as you're breathing out, just push that new event into your timeline. Breathe it in and just blow it out, and pushing in this new event just before the old one. And just notice with this new event, how beautiful it is, how all the other events on your timeline have changed. Just notice that. And as that little person that you were creating this new event, I want you to come up through your timeline. Come up all the way through the events that happened to you since then, and just notice how they've all changed. Come all the way back to now. Come up through the years, 20s or 30s or whatever it may be for you. Come all the way back to now, just noticing you sitting in that chair, whatever it is for you. Come down to your body. Be back present where you were when you started this beautiful call. And now look to the future and notice how everything's different. I have the power to be my true nature and purpose. Please treat any resistance to that superconscious and just make it is. I have the power for my true nature and purpose. I am my true nature and purpose. Beautiful. Subconscious, please do a massive change history, so it's just perfectly true. I love taking action on my true nature and purpose. Beautiful. And now stepping into your future self, I want you to notice what actions you're going to take to have more of your true nature and purpose, to be in alignment with your fullest expression, being more of, taking those actions, just being it. What are the next action steps? What are those beautiful next action steps to have more of this desired reality, just because I love it? Subconscious, please ground all the memories we've touched today. Reconnect everything back in the matrix of the universe, including memories 1, 2, and 3, the conscious, unconscious, and superconscious. And give me full strength in my true nature and purpose to allow this information to come through intuitively from this beautiful activation I have from source, universe, whatever you want to call it. Just stepping into my own inner power to receive all information I choose just because I love it. Give me support and guidance to make the decisions, to take the action. I must make these decisions. I must be who I need to be in my true nature and purpose. And take a big breath in the nose and out the mouth. And then when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Twiddle your toes. Have a look around you. I'd like everybody here on the call just to think about, what's the weather going to do tomorrow? Just ask intuitively, what is the weather going to do tomorrow? Allow the information to come through, and then tomorrow, just see how correct you were. Quick change of state there. So who got lots out of that? You want to throw the new number in the chat? Where are you now? On your number, are you closer to a 1 than a 10 where you were? The before number and the after number, throw it in the chat. Oh, thank you, Jesse. That's great. Glad you got lots out of it. 3, that's awesome. Brilliant. Excellent. 9 to 2. Awesome, Jesse. That's brilliant. Thank you for sharing. It's so powerful too, because it's so beautiful when we actually step into our intuitive process of connecting to source. As you would have experienced, then the information comes through, and that's so cool, because we can have anything we want. We just have to take the action and remove the stuff, the problems, you could call it, the stuff that's in the way to taking the action. So if you're like here at a 5 or less, or a 1, it's easy to take the action. And what came through in the process, then write those actions down on a piece of paper and make sure you take the actions to teach the unconscious that you are this new identity. Because it'll be a lot easier to take actions in here than if you're a 6 to a 10. It's hard to take action because there's too much resistance. There's too much, I'm not good enough. There's too much fear, judgment, whichever. Because the key is taking the action. Now, fear is not a bad thing. Fear is a great thing because it enables us to take action. We can be fed into action, take action. If we didn't have fear, then we wouldn't be able to protect and keep ourselves alive. But it's the emotion and feelings that attach to the memories that don't serve us, that the unconscious tries to stop us from having more pain. So there's quite a difference here. So thank you very much for watching this call. That's pretty much the session now. Make sure you drink plenty of water and take action. You might feel like a little half-hour, 10-minute snooze because you will remove all that emotion of feeling, creates new space in your body. We need to fill that back in and get your body back onto its natural process. Because doing these superconscious recodes is 100% natural. We are simply just removing what was in the way. Now, if anybody would like to do some more work with me, as most of you know, I do one-on-one coaching. I have one-on-one sessions as well, where you can have a session for $79. Come along and we can work on exactly what you want to, what's the most important to you. So thank you very much for watching and being here. I love you heaps. Thank you so much for your nice words in there. Hope you got lots out of it. And if you want to reach out, Curtis will probably throw the chat in here for one-on-one. If not, just go to the website whenever you're ready, when you want to, when you choose. Greg Jones, info@gregjonesnz.com. And have a great day wherever you are. Thank you everybody for being on the call, and we'll see you all soon.